Welcome back to Skyblock. Yeah, last week we did some experimentation on building up a cactus farm, and how we could adapt our current collection system to work with that, and we sort of came up with this. And I was thinking, we could use this. We could apply it to the bamboo and sugarcane as well, and kill 3 birds with 1 stone. But unfortunately, no, that plan has not worked out as well as I'd hoped. So for the cactus and the cactus flowers, it has worked absolutely phenomenally. No losses, no nothing. It's collected everything. For the sugarcane as well, it's actually been really good at that. For this stuff, yeah, no, this stuff has been an absolute pain. It flies off in all directions. It gets everywhere. So this machine works really well for. Oh, sorry. This machine works really well for the cactus and really well for the sugarcane, but not for the bamboo. So the hope of swapping everything out doesn't quite work. I took the bits that we sort of put together last week, and I put them in. I just rebuilt them, lined them up, and I think I tweaked this ever so slightly so that it was the heights were different, and I realized that I had the machines built at this level, 1 lower, which would kind of get in the way of it being able to collect the stuff along here. Purely because the cactuses will have to sit on sand, and we can't have sand at the bottom of the world. It will just fall through and into the void. So everything had to be raised up 1 block. But I also managed to squish it down a bit as well. So the rail tracks now sit right above the observers. I pushed everything back as far as I could into the minecart yeeters. So this, I think, was a bit further forward, but I pushed it right back as far as possible. So the point, I actually don't think with that much. Yeah, because this would have come down to here, and I think there was 1 block flat before the existing farm. So then it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've lost three blocks of space compared to the existing existing collection, the existing farm and collection system. So that is not too bad. So with that in mind, sorry, YouTube has just decided to log me out, which is great timing, YouTube. Great timing. There we go. Is that all working now? Yes, I can see. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so I think we now need to decide what to do. So I might convert some of we have the existing sugarcane bamboo farm. So this has a maximum width. So this is about as wide as this can get. So, oh, here we go. It's off. And yeah, this is the problem with the bamboo is, here we go. So yeah, there's some bits lying around that have just been missed. Um, and I've been thinking about this, and there's a couple of we have a couple of options, I think. Sorry. One is we raise everything up a little bit so that the farm basically goes up one more level from here, and the flying machine would have to go up a level. And I think we have space to squeeze that in. Let's have a quick look at the current setup. So yeah, I think so I think this is the absolute lowest, highest we can raise the flying machine. Sorry, the track above the flying machine. So this could go up one more level, and we could send the flying machine across, have it deposit the carts, and then instead of dropping them back on top of the machine and bringing them back, we could send them along the bottom, which would mean they would collect the bamboo. And then we can get rid of these trapdoors as well and have this butt right up against the wall. So we would, we'd only then need one extra. We'd lose one space in. We'd only lose one space of in terms of how far we have to push the farm. We wouldn't be able to have. We would lose the coolness of the carts just jump and dropping back on the top and for flowing across. But I'm not sure if that's necessarily the worst thing. I have let this run a bit in the background while I've been messing around in this area, but it did get us a bit of cactus and a bit of cactus flower as well, and the bamboo and the sugarcane as well. So yeah, I think our options now are we move this up. I think we move this whole thing up one level. So we'll have this go. We'll have this go up one level here. Maybe we'll swap these out for. No, these have to be glass. So we won't be able to power it as elegantly as we do here. As this lever is powering this rail, which gives this bottom side power, and the block is powering the rest of it. I think we'll raise this up one level. Also, I made the system here a bit more compact. So we have this target block next to a piston, and we have the detector arm on top of this. So this thing goes dish through the repeaters nice and slowly. Powers this target block, which then causes this piston to then just pop down in front of the observer and off. Oh, I need to stop breaking the machine. And then that sends the machine off. But yeah, I think we could send the minecart back along the bottom, or we can remove the bamboo from this side of the farm and have this as a regular, as it is now, as it's harvest now, and just have a separate flying machine that collects this. I think that might actually be. I think that might be the smarter move. Let's go and have a look at the existing farm. See what we can do down there. And I guess the third option is we build a new set of the cart eaters, and then funnel that into the water stream somewhere. Well, it's much harder to get. It's much harder to get into that middle section now that we've got the autocrafter setup going. Okay. So, how wide is this farm? Because as I said, we can only be 5 wide with the other one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll need a space. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. So we could have we can make this flying machine here a bit smaller. We can make this one smaller, and we can then send that one across to do the bamboo, and the carts along underneath as usual. And then next to that, we can have a specialized one for the sugarcane and the cactus flowers that runs along and gets things with the flying machine. I'm also thinking we could also we could just do 2 of the same. As I said, send the carts back along down the bottom, but so yeah, the carts would just land here and go along go back, return home as normal. And the bamboo is going to be at this height anyway. And the sugarcane only grows 3 tall, and the cactuses grow, what, 1, 2, 3, plus potentially plus a flower. So we're not going to lose. We're not going to lose anything versus what we have now. It's a difficult decision. It's a difficult decision, but see, look, the bamboo, even over here, the bamboo gets everywhere. I think I'm going to sink it. I think I'm going to sink it down, and I'm going to send the cart back on the minecart, on the flying machine. And my reasons for that is I think I'm gonna add another type of bamboo farm here, and depending on how well that one works, we might not even need this, and we might then effectively have one side of this for sugarcane and one for cactus, and remove the bamboo farm completely, and rebuild the bamboo farm at the same as the cactus and sugarcane part. And that is because if we look at the materials coming in, what we're doing at the moment is producing a, where is the, it's light outside now. What we're doing at the moment is we're producing a lot of bone blocks. Those bone blocks are flying out, and then basically we haven't got enough storage for them, and they're all just getting burnt. So what I'm thinking is I might use a bone meal based bamboo farm and use up any excess bamboo blocks to power that farm, and that will give us that will hopefully give us a good supply of bamboo. It might actually do a lot better than the current farm. Okay, so let's take a mental picture of what we've got here. Cool. And then we'll get to putting that together. Although, I have also noticed that I am missing I'm missing a mending on my chest piece. It is just my sacrificial chest piece, that a cheap one that we can lose to the void without worrying. But I might go and sort that out first. So let's go get a mending book. We'll fix the chest plate, and then we'll go and sort the rest out. As most of the damage to the chest plate has been done by me accidentally backing into a cactus type sign. Here we go. Well, I should also show you guys this. So this is something I've been working on off stream, and I started this very early on in our work, in the creation, not long after I created the world, to be honest. And this is basically going to be the first of our main sort of spawn area islands. This one, as I've said before, to me this is all temporary, even though it's been around for a year now, but I still consider it temporary. But I've slowly been turning this. This started off as stone, and then I converted it all to moss. There's a few slime chunks and things around, so you can see that with the moss carpet. So the moss carpet is generally covering the parts of slime chunks that sit outside of the deep dark biome. As even in a slime chunk, slimes can't spawn in a deep dark. But yeah, so then I converted it all to moss, and I've been growing spruce trees. So I've cut like thousands of stacks of spruce wood just to convert all of this into podsill. And a bit later we'll come back with a hoe and we'll turn it all into farmland. The farmland won't be hydrated, so then it will convert into dirt, and then we can get some grass blocks down up here, and all of this will turn into grass. And there was a geode up here which I've sort of torn down as well. I'm not quite sure what to do with these. I've left them for now, but we may tear them out. And then underneath, I've started to build out a bottom platform. Oh, no, sorry, that was the wrong key. Yeah, and then I've got here, this is a sort of rough idea of where I wanted to bring it out to, and then I'll start to graduate it up slowly, the base, until we get to the edge here, and then we'll bring it back up. So I want to go, say, deep slate for the bottom until it gets to about this red line, and then this will be tough, and then we'll go to stone, and then we'll try and texture up the outside so it's not just uniform. We'll put in some slabs and some stairs and such, try and give it a bit of a nicer feel. But yeah, so that way we'll have a bit of underground space for shenanigans. And then up here I want to build a village. So I think the rough plan is potentially having a bit of a lake around here, which will sit in the spawnable area of the platform, which will mean that there's a lot less spawn proofing to do. I'll try and build it up maybe more around here, so we'll have a bit of a higher rocky area here, maybe a bit of a higher up lake, and then that will sort of drop down into a river into the sort of crescent moon lake here, and then I'll have a village up here with houses for the different villagers, and then I'll fill the rest in with some forest. And yeah, and that'll be the first sort of that. And I think this whole thing will possibly be our next big project after we finish the desert area. And then after that, I want to build another one over in that direction, another platform roughly this size over in that direction, another at the end, and another in over there, and then we'll have something in the middle to tie it all together. And I'll try and give each a different theme. So one of them I'm probably going to make a sort of a mob zoo / museum area. One I'll probably make more farming related. And yeah, so that's I think that'll be what we start to really focus on after the desert. But there's still a bit left to do at the desert. We still need to sort out we still need to sort out our smelting setup out down there. Or actually, which way is the desert? I think it's that way, which is east. Okay, so over there rather than down there. Who has mending? Thorn's mending, this guy. We have a good supply of books now, thanks to the sugarcane that has been generating down in the desert. I think if we head down to the gold farm quickly, we can get some XP and repair the chest plate, and then we can get on with the build for today. Oh, excuse me, a little cough. Oh. That's left over from last time we were here. So we want a sword. Fill up our inventory. Give this guy a little bit of a tap to get the others upset. A few swings. Yeah, there we go. That's fixed up. sword back in there. We'll take some food with us. And let's head back. I've also been thinking I maybe need to expand this area a bit as well. I don't know, I've been thinking about maybe pushing it back and going out an extra sort of 4 blocks in every direction. Just give us a bit more space in our main entry point. And also toying with maybe we can make this a circle. Everything is quite square. In the nether, and a few less blocky sort of shapes would potentially be quite nice. The only thing we have that isn't on a square at the moment is the magma cream farm, I guess. Okay, so let's head down to here. And then we can start to look at this farm. Okay, what will we need? We'll need pistons and slime, 2 observers. Iron trapdoors, more iron trapdoors than that actually. So that's 8, 9, 10 iron trapdoors. We need glass. We will need powered rails, detector rails. I think we need activator rails. I have some levers. Redstone dust won't hurt. We need some. Take some crying obsidian. I might as well take all of that. We'll take a chest to put some supplies in. Comparators, repeaters. We need target blocks. No blocks. Where's the cobblestone in this one? Do we need... No, I don't think we need any of that. Actually, let's take more observers just in case. More glass. We'll need a bunch of sand. So I may fill up my inventory. What's left of my inventory with sand and we'll take a pickaxe. We'll take a pickaxe and an ender. Well, no, we'll take an ender chest with us. And then we'll come grab some stuff. Oh, thunder. One of the great things about this farm is even storms, well, no, even storms aren't much to worry about. I think, although I don't think we're actually in a. I'm not sure if lightning can strike in a desert, but even then we're safe. But yeah, this is what I was talking about with the bone blocks. So we've got all of these bone blocks coming up here, but we have if we look, pretty much all of them are just gonna get burnt. So if we can turn those into bamboo, then we will be in a much better. That will be a much better use for them. Than the current setup. Okay. So let's put down a couple of chests. We'll dump all of our stuff in that one. Let's end the chest down. Put glass in that. Actually, let's put the glass and the sand in that one, and then we'll put everything else in this one. So this one will be our stuff to look at. This one will be our hunting for stuff chest, and that will be our in bulk chest. So then, what to do about this? At the moment, actually, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll break that dust, and that will prevent the machine from triggering anymore. And then we're going to need to get in there and reshuffle things a bit. Let's make a bit of space for ourselves. Okay. So let's take out the observers first. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this will be a bit of a divider. I'll take this out of here as well. I'm quite glad we managed to come up with something that worked for the cactus and the sugarcane though, because I was starting to worry where I was going to fit the other one in. So I was actually worried that I was going to have to build another set of the collection system, like over this end, and have had the entire farm in this area, but being able to combine them is going to be much better for us. So we have 1, 2, 3. All right, let's grab a bit of glass. Oh, it's really going out there. The weather is not happy. Hang on, no. So this would be here. So we have one there. Actually, that. Will this work if we go like this? Because we do have the slime in the middle touching each other. If it comes to it, we can swap it for honey on one side, I guess, but. Nope, that's the other way around. Oh, I did this. I did a stupid. I did a stupid. You know, maybe we use the same type of fly machine as we're going to use for the other side. So we can even bring the fly machine further back. Actually, possibly even further back than that. How far back will it actually start becoming a problem? If I came this far back, will the carts be able to make it through? No. Hang on. I need to trigger. This observer now send the carts out. Okay, no, so the carts can't. Okay, that can't go back that far back. So this is too far back. So if we take these out and put them we'll put this across there. Grab our stuff and then we'll let these minecarts go and do their thing. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space. We'll put the docking station for the flying machine in here. has to be honey. Okay, so does that one. I said I was going to do the same, but I don't... Just thinking, how far out does this come? So this is okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, here we go. We will go with a similar style to the one at the bottom there. No. Okay. No, we're going to go with, okay, no, we'll go with what we, similar to what we had before. So we have one, and we'll put the, we'll put the engine on as close to this side as possible, I think. We only need regular glass beyond this point. So we'll fill in there with glass, put glass there, glass there. No, we need space for the servers. If I put 2 crown obsidian there, I can build in peace without worrying about this thing moving. Okay, so then observers, I think if we face one that way, one that way, then we can activate this one from here with a trapdoor by powering a block here. And then the trapdoor here will move, which will potentially make this a bit more sensible. We don't need that. Put a regular block there. Can actually fence this off. Here that will mean that we'll have less stuff escaping, hopefully. Yeah, if we take this out. What pickaxe do I have? Here's the silk touch one. Okay, now we need to set this in motion. So if we put a block there, okay, that's going to go off and do that. We're going to need to clean up that middle row because that's going to need to be empty. So our bamboo growing area is going to get a little bit smaller. As I said, with the other farm, it might not even matter too much. So I'm just going to come along here and take this middle row out completely. Oh, that's a lot of bamboo, and the collection's not running at the moment, so okay, let's oh, that was wasteful. So let's give ourselves a little bit of room to work this side. Then we need to rework the return station here. So rather than what we had previously, take these out. Okay, this is going to be more of a pain than I thought. Maybe we change this one and face it upwards. We will block it from moving anywhere for now. I guess this one will have to face upwards instead. That should power the piston. Smooth stone is actually something I didn't bring along that I should have. Thinking if I want to seal this in here. Completely. Let's go get some smooth stone. We'll get the smooth stone. We'll use that to we will use that to power to build the little return station there, and then we'll dismantle the existing sugarcane part and turn that into a sugarcane / cactus farm. And maybe we'll extend that out to the full length of the area as well, so it's got more space to grow and to okay. So if we go will that work? No. Okay, because it doesn't power the block next to it. I'm just thinking, how can we stop the I was hoping we could put a solid block here, which would then stop the bamboo from just flying through here. But clear this out. We want a piece of glass there. Then for our docking over here, can't get a good. Can't get a good angle to put this server in. Okay, so like that. Huh? Ah. Oops, sorry. There's one too many don't want that there. We want one there. So that would let things through. Oh. It's on maximum, and if we put an observer there, cool. This should just be glass. Glass at the top there. Oh, no, we want that open. Wait, okay, let's see how this docks over here and we'll make sure that it's protected. Hi Waddle, welcome in. We are okay, so, yeah, so that's glass here. Don't need this one or this one to be crown obsidian. Yeah, we're continuing on with the farm we designed last week. So I'm compacting down our existing bamboo farm flying machine, and then we're going to use the new one for the sugarcane and the cactus. Oh, it still gets everywhere, but there's not much I can put here to stop that. Okay. So we've got the return station in. Then this bit here needs to get changed up. We're gonna have sand and scaffolding fall on our head now. Oh, okay, just sand. And instead of here, so this is our new divider between the farms. So we want to detect we swap that for a regular sandstone. I guess we want to put a observer there so that when that comes back in, we power this, then power that, and there, and we work our way up this way. This middle one we can actually take out the mechanism for. So what do we want? We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do we have a torch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let's just there goes some more power draw into this trash. Yeah, this one. This one is not a minecart track anymore. So yeah, we can fill this in. Oh, inventory is full. If we fill, oh, we don't need the bamboo we picked up. Okay. So we need to get this redstone line over to here. So we can put a then how can we do this without the two lines interfering with each other? So I think if we have a target block, we're going to need a repeater. parkour. Alright. If we take that out, and then if we put a target block there, we can run redstone, a repeater into that. Oh. No. We want a whole block there. A redstone torch. Which is not powering that. Okay. Let me have that back. What if instead we go a full block, oh sorry, a full block there. We'll take this out. Then we'll put a torch there. Does that? I don't think that's going to interfere. Is that going to interfere with the activity? No. Okay, so that stopped this side. If I put a glass block underneath it, is this an is this enough to trigger the carts afterwards? So that's going to cross. Then hopefully when it comes back, that will hit the observer. That will then power this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will turn off this torch, and then this line will depower and send out the minecarts. So back this comes. This parks up. That was not, okay, so that wasn't long enough. That wasn't depowered long enough to send out the carts. Oh, sorry, we want a repeater in there. What if we set it to 1? Okay, so we want a trapdoor here. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think that will... Yeah, the glass is going to get in our way here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So this this block here needs to be a full block. Okay. So now when that fires off, that will go off. But this still didn't send out the cards. Where is it? Okay, it's still going that way. I think we want to see how it reacts from up here. So that's coming back in. That has powered, but it's too... okay. It's too quick for... okay, so that was definitely long enough. Cool. Okay, we can cover up. We can cover things back up here. Let's put some glass there. We can put stuff above the redstone here. And then we'll have to get up to the top to actually see what's going on up there now. Where's the gap here? Oh, that was stupid. Okay, let's fill this bit back in. Where is my... Okay, so we've got one side of this fixed up now. So let's box this in and then look at what we need to do for the next part. First, let's take these lights out, and I think we'll run these along the center instead. So let's grab a shovel. Okay, stuff that we don't necessarily need to have on our person right now. We just need to shovel. We'll be in the way a bit here, but I think if we go along the center point, Oh, actually, let's turn these minecarts off because they're in the way at the moment. So if we go put a if we put a redstone block here, that should disable the minecarts because that line will be powered now, and that should be the last time those go up. Cool. Let's also go get the frog lights. So there they are. Was there more than that? Is this only 39 blocks long? Oh, for some reason I thought it was longer than that. Okay. Let's put on that. Okay. Oh, that will have oh no, okay, we're okay. Let's I definitely missed some of those frog lights when I picked them up. Most definitely. Oh. Let's go get some more frog lights. So with the frog lights, in, I think we'll be done with this, with the modifications to the bamboo farm, and then we can start putting in the new style of farm for sugarcane and cactus. Where are the frog lights? Ah, there they are. Take a couple of stacks. So I guess we can't light things up too much, right? The light does help the crops grow. Well, it helps the bamboo and the sugarcane grow, but the cactus doesn't actually need light. Oh, hi Alex, welcome in. So let's oh. Let's fill those in. And then I think we can fill in extra bamboo here now. Do we want to go? Do we want to butt right up against things? No, I think. Okay. So let's also fill this bit in. Alright, now we need to start, now we need to modify this this farm. We're going to need some buckets to collect all that water up, I think. Or maybe not. We could... So we can knock these out. Because we're going to want to... We're going to want to move all of this down one layer for the new flying machines. So that is all... Okay. We can take this out. This is a single player world. So we've been playing this for just over a year now in real life, and well, nearly 1,200. Sorry, nearly 1,200 days in game. Okay, let's finish taking these up. I think we've nearly got all of them now. Yeah. Just that one. That one. Okay, so I think that's everything. And then we're going to get a... where's the hole? Here it is. And then we want shovel. Yeah, so if we come down to here, oh, we're going to want to fill up the side as we go, I guess. What we're doing right now is we have this sugarcane and bamboo farm. We're going to turn it into a sugarcane, bamboo, and cactus / cactus flower farm. Oh crap, that was maybe not the smartest move, because now I can't see where the water was coming from. Okay, I need to take this a bit slower. Yeah, last stream we designed a cool flying machine that carries minecarts. carries minecarts across, and while it harvests the bamboo and the cactus, sorry, harvests the sugarcane and the cactus flowers without losing any, and that is mostly so that we don't lose any of the cactus to it falling on itself. And by using the flying machines, we can collect the flowers as well as the cactus itself. Oh. Okay. Oh, I've still got the slab in. Maybe the smart move is that I just go fill all of these in first. Oh. Well, I fill all of them in with something first. Probably not levers, that's not the most useful of things. Yeah, originally we had this same flying machine come across and do both sides of the farm, but we're gonna use a slightly more interesting one for this side. Now that we've given that last stream we figured out all the kinks we needed to be able to harvest this stuff. And then today we're finally putting it all into practice. Oh. Make sure I pick up enough sugar cane so that we can replant this later. Okay, given that, I should now be able to go. Here you go. It's just gonna be that side now that causes a problem. Let's take these out. How far down there can we actually place this? Okay, we've got oh, okay, we're at least a third way down here now. If I just go to the end, I can just then run back with the blocks. Come on. Ah, here we go. There we go, sorted. Okay, so now we can clear all of this up. Oh, missed one. Those out. Okay, we've got all of this picked up now. need to do the rouse. This is where it gets tricky. Instamine sandstone block, so if we're not careful, we'll end up spleefing ourselves. Okay, so I think that's a good. Put it steady. Ah, crap. Yeah, and this is the problem. Is the void, and not very safe. Did we bring? We need smooth sandstone. So let's go and grab some of that. Oh, sorry. Hydrate if you need a reminder to do so. Where did I put the sandstone? Ah, okay, let's take some of that with us. Actually, let's take a bunch of that because we're going to want to extend the platform all the way down. So let's take all of the smooth sandstone we can carry. That stuff can go off to the farms, so the autocrafters. Oh crap, no. Wait. Please tell me I didn't just send all of my sugarcane off to get turned into paper. Uh-oh. Is it this one? No. This one? No, it's further down. Crap. That was that was the dumbest thing I could have done. Okay, we have 4 pieces of sugarcane to fill that entire farm with. That was the most idiotic thing imaginable. Why did I do that? Oh no, wait, no, it's fine. We have no, we have storage. We have chests full of sugarcane. Oh, let's eat. Okay. Yeah, I changed this up a bit as well since before, so now we have the item frames up there telling us what's what. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine. We can take 3 stacks should be more than enough. Okay. That was I think an idea for this world is we probably need to create a little, like a doomsday vault somewhere. And in that doomsday vault we need to store like a stack of everything we could potentially screw up and lose in this world. So we'll have like a stack of bamboo in there so we can regrow bamboo if we ever lost it completely. We'll have a stack of sugarcane. I'll have a stack of the too tall flowers, oh, things like ferns and saplings and anything we need to sort of reboot our tech tree from scratch. Yeah, so in case the worst ever does happen, so if for instance it decided to rain creepers down on this farm, and we lost all of our bamboo and sugarcane and cactus and everything else, we could just go to the doomsday vault. We could go to our doomsday vault, and then we could use that to rebuild. My aim is not. This is the trouble of having built everything out of sandstone, in that it looks good, but even without beacons and stuff, it just insta-mines. We go through it like our pick goes through it like a hot knife through butter. So let's clear this up. Damn it. You stop feeding so many resources to the void. It's like, what's it done to deserve it? Okay. Step one, we have we've expanded. Okay, we've cleared out the old stuff. Those we'll probably have to move. We want to expand the. So if we look at what we built last week, we want come down and then okay. So we stay one up. So we want to click, okay, so we want to take some of this up as well. So where was it? It was, this comes out, down one. Okay, so it was from here that everything changes. Take the rails out, take the glass out. I think these are going to need to come down a level because we will have the track there, a space, slime sits at that level. What is the correct tool for frog lights? They seem to mine slowly with everything. Put some of these in. Okay, so that's the bottom row lit up. As the last thing we want to do is encourage mob spawning here. Let's put the smooth stone in there. The rails we can put in here, along with the redstone. Glass goes in this one, and we'll put the dirt in there as well. I think we'll use the remaining frog lights. We'll just go the whole length of. I think we'll go the whole length of this this area. Way too far. So we want to go that one. And then we can take this bit out. that's the old divider up there. So let's clear this out. Just put something in, and then I guess we want to seal this side off more so than try and keep the bamboo in. So it's clear. Let's take this out, and then we can reuse this to try and help the bamboo fall where it needs to. So we are going to hit a small problem here in that we're not going to be able to fully enclose this because of the slime machine for this area is going to need to butt right up against the it's going to need to butt right up against the wall, so we can either leave a gap, hopefully that will work, or we can we're going to have to run a line of crying obsidian along, which I feel is a bit less less desirable. Oops. I'm wasting glass again. I know I have an abundance of it, but that's no excuse. It's a skyblock. Every resource should be precious. So, well, hopefully that will keep the bamboo in its place for now, though. Alright, next up, let's oh, we don't need that there anymore. Let's continue this line along. And then we'll convert this to solid floor, start putting in the sand. wondering what to do ratio wise for sand for cactus versus sugarcane. I feel like the sugarcane is possibly more valuable. We don't need the shovel anymore. Let's put that back in here so back in here so it's safe. If we can minimize what's going to land in the void, then all the better. Okay. Let's continue to clear this out. Okay, so we're going to have a large area now to cultivate our cactus and sugarcane. I'm thinking if we look at the side of the mob farm, this is split into 5. So I'm thinking we'll do 3 sugarcane and 2 cactus. Mostly because cactus is handy because it'll give us access to dye. And a little bit of cactus is useful, but generally once you have a cactus farm set up, you end up with. And then cactus is like the thing you probably hit max like necessary on the quickest once you have a farm for it. So build a cactus farm at the start of any world, and then that's it. You pretty much ignore it, and it just overflows for the rest of the time with stuff. It's like, how much green dye does anyone really need? And yes, the cactuses are useful in some sort of minecart eaters and stuff like that, but or destroying items, but generally we end up using lava or fire for that rather than a cactus. So its utility is a bit low. Yeah, once we've oh, actually that's too far. Cool. Okay, so we've got this this is going to be our area of crops. So let's come back with the sand and fill that in. And then we'll sort out a optimized sort of pattern for for the sugarcane. Sand. Actually, part of me wants to. We should run water along. Yeah, we should. We should waterlog the sides of this because that will give us if we waterlog the stairs on that side and then we run stairs along the other side, waterlog them, we're going to maximize the sugarcane area a bit better. So we probably want some stairs. Where's the... Okay. So where does this come down? Here, which means translates 1, 2 in that side of the dirt. So that's where the dirt starts. So 1, 2. Okay, so from here on will be Cactus. So we'll just run plain sand here because it doesn't need any irrigation. That will give us a... Oh yeah, this is going to give us way more cactus than we're ever going to need. So it might be that later we have to come back and reduce the cactus down even more. As we're just going to end up burning, we're just going to end up burning most of this. Maybe we go... Maybe we only go to here with the cactus. And then we go sugarcane the rest. It will make getting up to speed on the cactus a bit slower. But once we're up and running, once we filled up the storage, it's going to trickle in. I think it will trickle in enough to keep it top. Yeah, so we'll go... Okay, so we'll go all this sugarcane. And then we'll go this cactus. And the cactus is going to need a setup where we'll need these to keep things spawn. We'll need the lights to keep things spawn proof, but cactus is going to need. So we'll go 1 space 1 space 1. Actually, no. Okay, so we'll go. Yeah, we'll take out every other thing. We should be able to grow the cactus quite densely then. Actually, no, I think, yeah, this way around is going to be smarter. Okay. Yeah, so that'll keep things lit up and stop anything spawning down here, but we can grow cactus. I think we'll be able to grow the cactus quite densely. We'll be able to effectively zigzag it. What are these? These are okay. These are just regular sandstone stairs. So we'll get a bunch of those as well. And we'll run those down that side. Do I have a... I do have a crafting table here. Okay, the ender chest will keep that spawn proofed. Let's take the sand. We also have a stone cutter in here, which actually we can put on top to make sure it's doubly spawn proofed. Then if we cut all of this into stairs, is that, I think that's going to be more, I think this is actually going to be, I think this is actually going to end up being a wasteful amount. But you fill in this side. Oh crap, that was very nearly almost fatal. Oh no, we don't need to come this far, do we? What I could do, yeah, let's go like that. Let's go get some sandstone and some glass. We'll finish this off, and then we probably need to get some buckets and fill those sides in. Yeah, that was way too many stairs. One smooth sandstone. Let's go with that for now. Fill that in. We'll put glass block at the end here. Let's hold this in. Actually, let's go the whole way along there. So far I'm not seeing much bamboo fall through that gap, so we might not actually need to run all the crying obsidian along, which is handy, because then if we ever want to make any further changes to this, we're not going to be stuck mining for like ever and then some. Okay, water. Let's go get some buckets, and we can start to fill in the water we need for the sugarcane. We'll get some sand as well, because I turned everything into sandstone, didn't I? We still have 2 more areas to fill in. I love how much stuff our automation here is now producing. I still need to sort out the rocket crafting, but we're so close to having everything. Oh, idiot! I went for buckets, didn't I? Yeah, we're getting so close to having all of our automation over here in place, and then after that, it's just going to be a bit of decoration, and we'll be done. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That'll do us for buckets. Yeah, once we have everything sorted, we've got our automatic smelting array, we've got our rocket factory, our TNT factory. Well, we already have the TNT factory going, but I'm looking forward to the day when we can actually start to use that to power some farms. Pick too much up. Okay. Yeah, having a bunch of TNT powered farms to replace a lot of the manual ones we have now. I'm especially looking forward to dirt. Being able to automate the dirt grind will make some of our future plans so much easier. Yeah, cobble as well, I guess. Not having to actually AFK the cobble gen and being able to turn something on for like 5 minutes to generate the same amount that we get for a few hours work at the moment. And then once we have mass production going on some of that stuff, then I want to try and hook up some auto crafters for things as well. So being able to mass produce tough and deep slate and granite and granite and andesite and even diorite. just so that we don't actually have to craft it by hand. Oh, hang on, no. Wait. I need to fill these back up. Okay, so we can go on this side now. Okay, let's okay, so that's the sides irrigated. So we'll be able to run sugarcane all the way along here. Who invited you? I forget that some of this is also a slime chunk. Sand. Okay, so now we just need to run this along here. Oh, I need more sand than that, but before that, let's have a look at stuff. So we could let's go get another stack of sand. We'll fill in the other side, and then we will clear out the pan we need for the sugarcane. Good bit of hydration. How many of these did I miss? swear I have the aim of a stormtrooper sometimes. Fill that in. Okay, this is our transition point, but we should probably fill that in with sand at some point. But okay, so now we want to optimize the placement for the rest of these. So, so we go 1, 2, 2. There's the next one. There's the next one. So I think this will give the best. This is, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Space 1, 2, 3. Space 1, 2, 3. Space 1, 2, 3. Space 1, 2, 3. Space. Okay, so this will give us a more densely planted sugarcane area, because by going 3 on each side here, so I mean it's slightly wasteful. I think this side is but there are some sort of patterns that are way more optimized for the sugarcane. So like if we look here, each of these blocks is by one water source. But I forget what we need to do on the next level though, to keep the optimization up. Maybe this isn't, maybe I've got this wrong and there's a slightly more optimal pattern, but say otherwise this is going to be next to 2 different ones, but oh well. Yeah, I don't think this is the optimal pattern, but it's going to be let's go get a shovel for this actually. That will be quicker. So we will grab our shovel. Yeah, it's gonna be better than punching. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that will do for that. We'll fill that in with some water. And then we'll get the sugarcane down. And hopefully these guys will stop spawning. Slimes really are the bane of my existence in this world. I'm so tempted to just patch them out at times, but like if I added a data pack that automatically deleted any slime that spawned below specific Y level, then we would have to build a traditional slime farm instead of having to spawn proof everything against them. So now I'm going to have to punch this thing to death. You are just annoying dudes. Go away. I swear, when I was building the big island and these guys just kept spawning, I died so many times to just slimes knocking me off the edge. And they're so irritating to spawn proof against as well. It's like no amount of light level will stop them. You have to make sure there is like literally no 3x3 spaces anywhere in any of the slime chunks. Or as soon as you turn your back, they just sort of pour out of there like no man's business. And even that, like, even though there's no 3x3 space here, it's still spawnable because there's nothing like interrupting a 3x3 space. There's still a surface there that can be spawned on. Okay, let's finish this off. I feel like that machine hasn't triggered for a while. It's night time outside. Okay. Actually, no. That should be enough. So we should see that go off in at some point soon, because the daylight will come around, and then that should trigger it again. I do wonder if this one okay, yeah, no, it is going. Okay, and it seems as if most of it's falling into where it needs to. Yeah, and then the pass on the way back clears anything that's sort of stuck off. So we get some stuff squished there. So maybe that needs to come out. Okay, so this is all irrigated now. Too many buckets. Let's drop. Let's empty most of these. Okay. So sugarcane. Yeah, this is going to be so much sugarcane. This may actually be too much sugarcane. What are we going to do with it? I'm not sure. Even when we do finally get an elytra, we're not going to need this much. Actually, I said we have no use for the cactus, but maybe we do. What we could do is have the cactus auto smelt into dye. Combine that with the gunpowder to make the firework cores, and then basically make very destructive fireworks automatically, which would then mean that we could get ourselves a crossbow and then have like a... If we got ourselves a multi-shot crossbow, we'd have a pretty handy weapon then, right? Okay, so we're gonna need some more. We're gonna need some more sugarcane and finally some cactus, and we'll see if we can plant the cactus as densely as possible. So sugarcane is here. One more stack is probably enough, and then let's take a couple of stacks of the cactus just to be sure. I'm assuming that's going to be overkill, but I'd rather take too much than too little. Okay. Here we go. Let's put that in, and then I think no, this is okay. This is where the cactus starts. So we're missing some spots. So yeah, that's a good amount of cactus, I think. So I think the next one here, right? Yeah, that was way more cactus than we needed. Let's go fill that missing section. None of this has grown. I'd expect at least one of them to have random ticked by now. We also need a couple more frog lights down there, and then we can start on the flying machine now to swoop across and collect everything for us. What did I say? A couple of frog lights. But yeah, let's start the flying machine. So we're going to want observers, pistons, and trapdoors. Oh, actually, also glass, crime obsidian, power drowse. So, what did we do last week? So where this went down, we then have one flat, and then we go up one. So one there. Oh, let's get the pick. So we can take out. Okay, so then we went up one. I thought we also went down one. more. So yes, that went down a pretty standard thing, and then we went up one, we had a regular thing, and then the rest was all, so we had a smooth stone, and then the rest was all glass. Wait, browse. Browse. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Wait, this doesn't look right. Nope. Sorry. Okay. This is not correct. No, wait, so it goes 1, 2 out, and then goes up and downwards, so these all must go. Actually, this whole thing. Cool. So came down to there, then goes up, and then at the same time we have a row there, and a row there. Okay, and then these need to come up. And we'll replace that with glass. Including that. And if we open that, we'll be able to get in here a lot easier. Go. Okay. Okay, so then we go along here, along there. We have 1, 2, 3. We want the, oh no, I have the smooth stone. So we go along here. Okay, so we have this. How far out did that? How far out do we need to go on the overhang? Oh, hi, Captain Crumbs. High splash of pain. We're building out the farm that we designed last week today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rails. So we're actually putting it into practice here. And then we're going to have this whole thing of sugarcane and cactus harvested for us. How many are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Oh, that one will need to be a detector rail. Okay. Oh, I'm going to lose some of the sugarcane growing space. She was here. I think she might be lurking now. Probably the dreaded real life getting in the way of the important things. Yeah, real life. How dare it? Okay. Okay, those get picked up and burnt. This has somehow turned itself into an infinite water source. Close that up, and then we'll grab a bucket of water, and we will use that to fill in that. Actually, if I come along here, I can probably find enough sugarcane to finish this off. didn't damage any of the... Oh, I can put these two in now. Maybe we take these two out. Put the sugarcane in there. Yeah, these are already growing, so we'll get some nice cactus and cactus flowers out of that. And we finally kick the machine off. And actually, given the nature of the machine, we don't even need this wall of glass anymore here, because this new flying machine doesn't send everything flying all over the place like the old one did. Well, I guess I'll clear that up later, I think. Let's get this working for now. So what did we... have next? So I guess the flying machine starts here, comes across, and then the other half was this side. Yeah, that looks right. Then we want the trapdoors. Just go along here. I don't think you were here for last week's stream, were you, Splasher? You haven't actually seen just how crazy this this farm is. Then. Then we want one crying obsidian here. Then we go piston. No. One piston there, one piston there. Then we have one observer there. Struggling to find ways into the machine now. Here we go. Another observer goes here. Then next to... we don't have any regular pistons here. Let's go get a regular piston. And that is how we set the machine off. Pistons, regular pistons. There we go. real life is definitely the enemy of fun. So we have that. We then need a piston here. Oh. And oh. Let's try and get some access up to here. We'll put a step in there. Okay, so that there, and then we want a target block in that empty spot. We'll also want dust, repeaters, and a detector out. Target block. The detector route goes here. Oh, no, except that needs to be on a regular stone. So we'll put a regular smooth stone there and then a detector route on it. And if we clear out some of this glass that's in the way. We then want a line along here. And then we want to go redstone, redstone, repeater, repeater, repeater. Set all of these on max. So now when a cart goes over there, it will trigger a delayed signal here, which will extend this piston, and that will launch the flying machine, which will then zoom across here with the cart on the front, collect everything, and then we need to sort out the return station at the end. So first of all, we're going to want a bit of space this end. And I think the powered rails will start here. Oh, mistakes were made. Actually, no. We're going to want enough space for the entire device to sit this side. So So we want one. We want some clearance between the cactus. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where things start. And then how wide is the return station? one. We go up 1, 2. So we go up 1, 2 here. Come across, and we want the crying obsidian on the other side, I think. Yes, we want it this. We want it this side, closest to the wall. So that lives there. We run the rails up. Need to go 1, 2. Oh. Three up. Is it? Yeah. Hey, here it is in action. So this is what we're building. One, two, and then we go. Okay, so we have 4. I forgot we need these fences in as well. So this goes 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. Yeah, I love the way it just the way it rains these mobs down is just. Well, if we move the redstone out the way, I think I could actually just have this as a screensaver if screensavers were still a thing, and not a horrible waste of energy. But mobs just rain down, and then all the infrastructure it powers down here as well. It's crazy. All these auto farms, auto crafters going on down here, and then soon we'll have our smeltificator going as well. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think fire or beach waves and things is probably is a brilliant analogy for it. So no. So we want the detector out this side on this one. So this will be there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. These will fall down. No. I think, okay, this all needs to go back one more. I am very worried about the carts falling onto the cactus. So we need to make sure we have enough clearance that the carts land cleanly onto our fly machine for for the return journey without accidentally getting destroyed by the cactus. You had me worried for a minute there. You said dinner prep, and I just read that as dinner and thought, oh crap, how long have I been streaming for? Is it nearly dinner time? But okay, so we've got, so that goes there. You have that there to stop things. We need a note block, which I think I brought over and left in the chest down here. We need a lot of levers as well. Let's actually power these ones. Crap. How do we get into the machine to put the levers in now? Okay, we're gonna have to break this circuit for now and put it back in a second. So we can put that there. Okay, so that powers all of those. Oh. Yeah, so then let's take the redstone and put it back there. Oh. Note blocks. Sorry, that was what I came over here for, wasn't it? Okay, we have some smooth stone as well, so we can set the power up the rails over this side. Do we have detector rails? Repeaters, smooth stone, cool. So we should have everything we need to sort this end out. So we put a no block here. I think we just go up here. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is where carts will fall back down. We want the smooth stone across the back here. Okay. Then we want the rails to run up this way. I'm trying to remember. Did here? Oh, okay, no, that's on the wrong level. So that needs to go up one. I was just thinking that didn't line up. Okay, so oh, my screen cut out for a second there. I swear to God, buying an MSI monitor was the worst decision I've ever made hardware-wise. They're such garbage, such absolute garbage. So we want a detector route in here. Redstone. I think it was repeater. Stone. Stone. We can blast there. What did we do? I can't even remember. Okay. Sorry, 2 dust, 2 repeaters, dust, stone, repeater. Okay. That's why it's confusing me. So that there, that there. Another one of those there. That on top. That there. And that should activate the flying machine for the return trip. So I'll repeat. Our detector rail powers that dust, which powers that dust, powers both of these repeaters on a delay. They power this block, which powers that dust, which powers this block. Then this repeater is on a delay, and after that it powers this, which then updates this this note block, and then the observer to send the flying machine back will be facing this. So let's give it a test and see how we get on. So we can take this out. If we take out this redstone block, that should trigger the carts. And what happened? Where did the minecarts go? Oh crap! I forgot the We've got the fence. Well, at least let's go and get some fence, and then we can set this off again. So we need the fence to center the minecarts just at the front of the flying machine. But it needs to be slightly ahead. Otherwise it can end up slipping into the slime block, and then falling through that and onto the ground. So where did these go? This was basically one there. Oh, let's get outside. What happened here? Why has it failed? Ah, okay. Because there is extra blocks here that we don't want. So now it's become over the push limit. Let's send it back for now. So if I put a block, if I put a block there, that should send it on its way back. Oh, there's some more blocks there that would have hindered it. Okay, let's sort out the fences on this side. This may prevent us from getting any cactus flowers on this end row of cactus, but we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We will put the minecarts back into the system here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, and here we go. Okay, so the minecarts are now going across. They're going to miss everything from the last run. But they get everything from here onwards, including the cactus and the cactus flowers. They make it over here, they land there, they drop back down, and off they go the other way. Cool. turn that off. When they get here, they will make their way back into the machine and send all of the goodies on their way. Hey, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, so that needs to be on for it to stop, sorry. There we go. Oh. Okay, so we've got the farm hooked up now. So now we need to look at activation. So we need to power this. We need to toggle that line when things change. We're using an observer here to power this one. Okay, so the carts come in, vroom, the carts go away. Okay. So we have this line here powering there. Maybe we extend it out and power both sides. So that means that when that flying machine is, that will mean that when this flying machine is set off, we'll get a pulse from the observer, which will then, so we'll get a pulse from this observer, which will then fire off these carts. We can fire off these ones at the same time. And then they'll go over there, they'll come back. The other carts will go out and come back before I think this flying machine gets back. But this one will then return, which will then trigger another pulse. So it might... Okay. So I think we might be able to get away with a... We might be able to get away with a pretty basic change here. So I need a sandstone. And a half, so let's make one. I need to take that out. Okay. Oops. That wasn't very clever. where is the car? Ah. Okay, no, it's back this way a bit. Yeah, it's below here. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so we want to put this redstone torch there, and then we want sandstone above us. Oh, here. Oh, how do I get out from here? Ah, here we go. Let me take this out. Let's try and clear out inventory a bit. Okay, so previously we made that button to set off the old machines. So let's see what happens now. So when we press this, we should set off both machines. Ah. We need a repeater. As I broke the mechanism up here. Damn it. Okay, yeah. So that there. I'll put the glass back in. Okay, so that was set off. Alright, okay, I think we might be okay. So I was a bit worried about this one, this machine coming back and re-triggering this. But this machine is so much faster than that one because it has to, because it's longer. A, because it's longer, and B, because A, because the field is longer, and B, because that one has to pause at the end anyway for the minecarts to reposition themselves. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. So then twice per Minecraft day, this will go out. And collect the cactus and the cactus flower and sugarcane for us. So all that's left now is to tear down this glass that we don't need anymore because of the change in how the farm works. I guess the next question is, do we want to extend the bamboo farm and make it as long as this one? I'm thinking bamboo is going to be our main sort of wood for cases where the wood type doesn't really matter. So if we have to make a load of chests or pistons or anything like that, then the bamboo is going to be like our wood of choice. Same for sticks, and we're automatically crafting it into blocks already. We're also going to use the bamboo planks to power the smelting array. So potentially having more of it's not going to be a bad thing. But yeah, I'm going to clear this out, and then I think we'll go push the button once more and send things on its way. But yeah, let's make sure we've got all the glass. Okay, so we've got this side. Alright, I think this is actually finished now. Let's give it one last launch. Okay, so I can see the button, so I should be able to trigger it even if we have moved. Yeah, let's here we go. So the carts come out, they land on the flying machine, and then they just get shoved all the way along here. Who needs rails, right? And as these get pushed along, they break the sugarcane. The hopper minecarts then pick everything up. And then, which is especially important when it gets here, because it's doing the same to the cactus, and we'll do the same to the cactus flowers. If we'd had any there, they get all the way over here where the minecarts will now snap to the rails. They ping all the way up. A little bit of a delay circuit there before it fires off the machine back in the other direction. They continue to pick things up, anything that might have grown since then. Huh. Then they finally make it back here, snap back down and drop their stuff off, and then they get put away in this dispenser. And then this is now connected up so that through a weird bit of gymnastics of observers, etc., this will get triggered every time the daylight sensor over here changes state. So this all eventually feeds into an observer. So every time this changes state, this will fire off a pulse, send the two machines off, and then every night and then every morning it will do the same. And yeah, we will collect bamboo, we'll collect cactus flowers. Yeah, I want to extend this out. So okay. So, and then at some point I will extend this so that we are running the bamboo farm all the way down here as well. And we should have plenty of resources. Yeah, this is such a cool little contraption. So yeah, it just pings along. It triggers this cart triggers the detector rail here, which powers this block, sets off this chain of repeaters, so we have a bit of delay before we send down a piston in front of this observer to send it off. The carts come along, they hit these, they hit this fence, which then drops them so that they land just on the edge here, which means as the machine moves along, they sort of ricochet back and forth a bit. And then we have a similar setup over this side, although slightly different, in that when the machine lands, the observer for triggering it to go that way will be facing this note block. So then when the carts come over, they trigger this detector rail, which powers these redstone, which powers this, these two repeaters, which powers this block and this dust, which powers this block, which then this final repeater, which powers this block and then triggers the note block, which then sends the machine back. So it gets a little bit of a delay for it to actually have time to fall down before off the machine goes back again. And twice a day this will go off. It'll collect our harvest for us and drop it into our big long water stream we have here, where it will zoom along, bunch up as it does so, comes up here, spills out against this chest, runs along this line of hoppers, and this blue ice gets sucked up by these hoppers, and if not, it will fall down here into this stream, get pushed along here against this chest, and then it will run along here across this long chain of hoppers, where we'll get picked up by our various auto crafters and our bulk storage. And yeah, it'll get turned into paper and so on, and fill up our cactus flower storage here. And then the only thing we have left now here is, as it is, the rockets. I need to hook up a rocket crafter along here. And then I need to, and then we need a bamboo smelting, sorry, a bamboo powered auto smelting array. So we'll find a way of getting furnaces stocked with bamboo that's auto crafted from the excess planks we create. And I'm thinking by the time we fit in a couple more auto crafters down here. So if we have one, if we have a rocket crafter, and then one to turn the bamboo planks, the bamboo blocks into planks. Or would we just, I think we just push those out and then dispose of any, send them into the crafting, into the smelter. Yeah, so I think our smelter's probably going to live somewhere around here. It's either going to run somewhere around here-ish or somewhere along here-ish. I'm not entirely sure on that yet, but we're nearly done. We're nearly done with the desert now. So we have so I have one offline project to do, and then we have one online one more stream project to do, which would be the smelting array. And then I think farm-wise we'll be done here. So it'll just be a case of prettying everything up. I want to build a small village up around here somewhere. So I think the village will go over in this corner. And then I want to try and continue the sort of decoration, the busyness that we have over here. I want to continue that around the rest of the area, and then we will be finally calling it a day. So one more farm project and then some building projects to go, I think, because we don't really have much to trade. But I do kind of want to have them over here to give it some life. So maybe we'll just have a bit of everything, but we'll have to remember to pack our emeralds before we head over. Yeah, I am very happy with the progress we've been making in this area. I am more than happy with this. This I think is amazingly cool. And yeah, so thank you all for joining. We are really, I feel like we're really moving into the industrial age of well, at least our desert area is finally entering. It's finally in the industrial era. I couldn't be more happy with what we've got here so far, and I will be back. I'm just thinking, when are the holidays? So yeah, all right, yeah. Next week is Christmas Eve, but yeah, I'll be back next week for possibly the last stream of the year. Maybe we'll put one in in between Christmas and New Year's as well. But yeah, if you've liked the video, give the video a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, and I will see you all next week. Bye.